Hi, Toby. Alan Cockrell with ABC, hitting coordinator for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll run your video through slow motion speed, but we're going to run it through a few times and just take a look at some of the things that I point out as important parts of the swing process. I like your setup. You look to be a really good athlete. You have good balance all the way throughout the swing. You look to be very strong. You look like you have tremendous bat speed. I like your little step back load. When we do step back and load and that stride foot goes and strides out and we set that stride foot down, there's some pretty important positions that we need to pay attention to at this particular time. Okay, this is where all the hitters start to look a lot alike. Okay, Toby. So when I look at you right here, I see good bend in both your knees. Okay, I see good bend there. I see that your knees are inside your feet. Okay, your head is in a good attacking position. It's over your belt buckle. Your shoulders are pretty squared up. Your hands are slightly low. We want to try to keep those hands shoulder height and just exaggerate getting them above the top of the strike zone. Your hands are back good. You have good separation behind your back knee. I see that your hips are starting to leak open just a little bit. We want that hip line to be squared up like this, and this front hip is starting to leak open in the pull direction. And when that happens with our lower half, our hands and the barrel of the bat are basically going to follow where all that goes. So from this position, this would be a ball that you could handle middle in. I would think balls middle away. Outer third, any type of breaking ball or changeup or anything off speed is going to give you trouble from this position. So when that foot lands, we want to make sure that these hips are square. One of the things that we look at in order to keep the hip square are this stride foot. Okay, when this stride foot sets down right here, we want to make sure that this stride foot is no more open than 45 degrees. And we look at yours is at 59 degrees. So 45 would probably be somewhere in this neighborhood right in here. And it doesn't have to be squared up, closed up to home plate. We just can't keep it. We can't get it any more open than 45 degrees. When we do, it's going to cause this front hip to do exactly what it's doing, starting to leak open. And now the hands will end up casting out and coming out and around the ball and working in this direction, as opposed to working to the ball, extending through the ball, extending through contact, and you'll have a nice fuller long finish with the ability to cover the areas in the strike zone that I talked about. So really what we need to do, I think, is well, let's just go ahead and run through your swing from here. Okay, from here you make a pretty good move with your backside. Okay, this doesn't spin too badly. We don't want this to spin around the front leg. We want it to drive in that front leg in this position. But if we watch your hands work out, and then when we get to contact, right here, the hands are going to go in this direction, and they're going to come across your body, as opposed to getting to contact and then keeping that barrel extending through contact and finishing off your swing with a nice long full finish. Okay, so we see there's contact, one click past, and you can see your hands pulling across your body. So again, I take that all the way back to where we were with that front hip, or the front hip, but it basically is a result of where this stride foot is setting itself down. It just causes your front side to want to leak open a little bit. One of the best ways to work on something like this would be get yourself to the loaded position. Okay, we're going to set a tee out here on the outer third of the plate. I'm going to set it even with or just inside my stride foot. Okay, and I'm going to work on loading up and making sure that front foot is no more open than 45 degrees. I don't want my hip to leak, because when I start my swing, if that front hip stays underneath me, then when my backside starts to transfer weight into the front side, the hands will drop down in and connect, and they'll be able to extend the barrel to contact and get a good full finish past contact. And this is a way that a lot of really good hitters will practice working on locations is off a tee, because we can put the ball exactly where we want it. So this would be my suggestion to help you with that front side. Keep it in there a little bit longer, and just give yourself a chance to handle these pitches that are out away from you. With the swing that we have now, we might be able to make contact, but it's kind of a glancing blow. It's the barrel's to the ball, and then the barrel's finishing around your body. And we want that barrel to get to the ball and then extend through the ball. So this tee that I have set up here for you, this would be a ball that would be driving through the right side of the cage, or if we were on a field, driving it through the second baseman, driving it hard into right center, and would have some good straight carry to the ball, as opposed to maybe coming over the top and rolling this ball over to the shortstop, or just kind of glancing underneath the ball and hitting the little flaring kind of the lazy fly ball to right. This is going to help you stay in a position to stay on this ball, stay through this ball. And we've all heard the term "hit the ball where it's pitched." Well, this is how we would hit the ball where it's pitched, and it all goes back to that stride foot. And when that stride foot opens up right here, right there, we can see what it does to that front hip. And we see the front hip starting to leak open. And now all we have is just a little bit of a glance, a little bit of direction left with our hands. And even if contact is made, we're not driving the ball like we have the ability to. You're a big, strong young man. You have good balance. You look to be a good athlete, and if we can just kind of clean up this lower half move with you, I think it's gonna help you become a much better hitter. Okay, Toby, that's my suggestion, bud. I want to thank you for coming to our camp, and best of luck.